Have you ever felt it? A moment in life when the noise just becomes unbearable. Not talking about the noise outside, but the one inside your own head. The thoughts that never stop talking, the questions that never seem to find answers. And this nagging feeling that something is missing, even when everything looks fine on the surface. You wake up, you go through your day, you talk to people, you scroll through screens, and you smile when you're supposed to. Yet deep down, there's a quiet emptiness. Strange awareness that this can't be all there is. Feels like life is happening, but you're not fully in it. Most people ignore this feeling. They distract themselves with work, with entertainment, with being busy. They convince themselves that this is just what adult life is. But for some, that feeling grows louder, refuses to be silenced. And that's not a mistake. That's the beginning. You were never meant to live your life on autopilot. From the moment you were born, the world started shaping you. It told you who to be, what to want, what success looks like, and what failure means. Slowly, without even realizing it, you learned to measure your worth through the approval of others, through comparison, and through achievement. You learned to live up in your head instead of in your actual experience. The mind is an incredible tool, but it's a terrible master. It survives by repeating the past and trying to predict the future. It constantly pulls you away from the present moment. Regrets about what happened yesterday, anxiety about what might happen tomorrow. And while you're lost in all those thoughts, life quietly passes you by. The truth is a little uncomfortable, but it's actually very simple. You are not your thoughts. You are the one who notices them. Just think about it for a second. If you were your thoughts, you wouldn't be able to observe them, right? Yet you can sit quietly right now and watch thoughts appear and disappear in your mind. That means something deeper is watching them. Something aware, something calm, resting beneath all the chaos. That awareness is who you really are. But awareness doesn't shout, it whispers. And in a world that's addicted to noise, whispers are very easy to miss. Most of our suffering comes from identification. Identification with our thoughts, our emotions, our roles, our labels. We say things like, I am my job, I am my mistakes, I am my fears. But these are just temporary states. They are not your identity. When sadness appears, you say, I am sad. When fear appears, you say, I am afraid. But sadness and fear are just experiences. They are not definitions of who you are. They pass through you, but they are not you. The moment you create even a little bit of distance between yourself and your thoughts, something changes. You begin to breathe differently. You start to respond to life instead of just reacting to it. Feel space open up where there was once only pressure. This isn't about escaping reality. It's about seeing reality clearly, maybe for the first time. The present moment is the only place where life actually exists. It's not in your memories of the past, not in your imagination of the future. Right here, right now, this breath you're taking. This sensation in your body. It's awareness that is listening. And yet, most of us spend our entire lives somewhere else. We chase happiness as if it exists in the future. When I get that promotion, when I buy that house, when I finally become someone else. But happiness is not a destination, it's a state of presence. The great irony is that the more you chase happiness, the more it runs away. Because chasing implies that you lack it right now. The universe has a way of reflecting your inner state back to you, not just your wishes. When you finally stop searching so desperately, peace has a chance to find you. Pain is not the enemy. Resistance will arise in life. That's a guarantee. But suffering only begins when the mind starts to argue with what is. When you say, this shouldn't be happening to me. When you replay it over and over. When you attach a story to the pain. If you can learn to allow pain without labeling it, without judging it, without making it personal, it loses its grip on you. It becomes just a sensation, not your whole identity. There is a deep, quiet strength in acceptance. I don't mean passive, give-up acceptance, but conscious acceptance. Seeing things exactly as they are, not as you wish they were. From that place of clarity, real, effective change becomes possible. Silence is not empty. Silence is full. It's in the silence that you can finally hear your intuition. It's in the silence that answers arise without any effort. It's in the silence that the mind finally relaxes its tight grip. You don't need to control your thoughts. That's an impossible, exhausting battle. You just need to stop believing every single one of them. Your thoughts are like clouds passing through the sky. The sky doesn't chase them, it doesn't resist them, it just allows them to drift by. And through it all, the sky remains untouched, unchanged. Be the sky. Of course, there will be days when the old patterns return. Days when fear feels incredibly real again. Days when doubt speaks louder than truth. That doesn't mean you're failing. It just means you're human. Awakening is not a straight line to perfection. It's a deepening of your awareness. Each time you notice you're lost in thought, each time you pause before reacting, each time you choose awareness over habit, you weaken the grip of your unconscious mind. Slowly, gently, life begins to feel lighter. You stop needing to prove yourself to everyone. You stop taking things so personally. You stop fighting with reality. And then something strange and beautiful happens. The more present you become, the more alive you feel. Colors seem brighter. Moments feel richer. Even the most ordinary, everyday experiences start to carry a sense of depth and meaning. You realize that peace was never missing. You were just too distracted to notice it was here all along. The world will not suddenly become perfect. Problems will still exist. Challenges will still arise. But your relationship with them completely changes. You start to meet life from a place of clarity instead of a place of fear. You stop asking life, why is this happening to me? And you start asking, what is this here to teach me? That simple shift changes everything. You are not here on this earth to become someone else. You are here to remember who you were before the world told you who you should be. Stillness is not something you have to create or force. It's something you simply allow. And in that stillness, you find what you have been searching for all along. Not answers, not guarantees, but presence. You discover that presence is, and always was, enough. Thank you for watching. If this resonated with you, consider subscribing for more.